Welcome to day 25 of the Blizzard Buddies competitive group Ironman journey. I think we're in the home stretch where these daily videos are going to start to become unsustainable for me. But I'm still going to aim for 30 because a full month of uploads sounds pretty cool. And today should be a really strong video for episode 25. I made a ton of progress, got a bunch of total levels, and the team even secured our 5th world's first broadcast. Enjoy the episode today. So I'm going to get my first level today. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to suffer through a little bit of dragon farming in the early part of the day. But this is pretty much my method. This is what I got the wilderness sword for the other day. I can quick teleport right here to Forin 3. I can just kill a bunch of green dragons until my inventory is full of dragon bones. Tele back to wars and then tele back with the sword, and it's pretty efficient. Oh, that's pretty interesting. There's a Fremenic equipment patch drop, so that's a collection log slot. And also might actually be handy for some Fremenic armor. I think you upgrade it to like tier 65 or tier 70 maybe. It's competitive with stuff like God Wars armor. So pretty decent drop potentially, and there's also 65 ranged. Using Equilibrium Aura, and it's halfway through, so that means I've been doing this for 1 hour, and I wanted to see how many bones I ended up getting. Now I started at 477, so that means I got 474 bones in that hour, which is a little bit over 100,000 prayer XP an hour, and it's also a little over 100,000 combat XP an hour. So while this method really sucks to do fun-wise, it's reasonably efficient. There's 67 ranged. One more ranged level coming here, 68. I actually looked at it on the wiki's calculator, and to get all the way to 75 prayer, I would pretty much perfectly line up with getting 75 ranged. I'm going to look if there's some other methods that may introduce some variety to this grind, because this is definitely really, really boring, but it's kind of interesting that they would line up together, 75 prayer and 75 range. Nice. Pretty soon we're going to be running out of levels that we can say nice for. Almost all my skills are approaching the 60s, and even a lot of them getting into the 70s. It's going to be a cool level. This is going to be 70 hit points in just a moment, and that's also going to give me access to the Zamorak portion of the God Wars dungeon. So I think I can start getting Krill Sutsaroth Reapers now and start getting subjugation pieces, which are hugely important for the Ironman for the team. I think we looked at it, and we'll need 25 pieces of subjugation if we have 99 necromancy. Possibly 30 if we want to make the armors without the 99k perk. But I am getting bored of this, so I am going to probably switch to training some prayer and see how far I can get. It won't be all the way to 75, but I need a change of scenery here. First prayer level of the day. This is actually pretty fun to train now. This is 52 prayer, which if I recall unlocks Smite, pretty iconic level in old school. More so than RS3. But yeah, let the prayer gains begin. 53 prayer. I think a lot of these next level unlocks are going to be stuff from the ancient, from the Curses prayer book. There's 54 prayer. 55 prayer. This is an interesting level because I can now do Summer's End, and that will open the door for doing the Wilderness Hard achievements for me. There's 56 prayer. I'm kind of AFKing this right now, but I do want to do those Wildy Hard achievements. It looks like they're much more accessible than I thought. 57. Here is 58 prayer, and that also gives me a combat level. Very cool. That gives me 94. Combat level is going to be kind of interesting. We've had a conspiracy theory, or maybe it's just an actual mechanic, that the Frost Dragon in the frozen floors of Dungeoneering spawns more commonly if you have a higher Dungeoneering level. And the number I've been hearing is if you have 100 combat level or higher, the Frost Dragon is actually relatively common. So hopefully I can get that, and then finally get those Dungeoneering medium tasks done. There's 59 prayer. And Accident getting 69 attack. Leave a nice in the comments for him. Alright, big level here. Here's 60 prayer. Gotta love these 10 milestone levels. 60 prayer is also going to be pretty big because I unlock Chivalry, which I can use for my melee training, which I am going to want to do later today. So that'll be a nice little upgrade. There's 61 prayer. Alright, now it's getting to the point where I'm getting a little bit tired of running around over and over to Simon, so I'm probably going to go knock out those Wildy Achievement 3s. Here's basically the only thing I've been missing for the Wildy achievements. There's the Summer's End quest completed. Now I can also fight the Corporeal Beast if I ever chose to. probably won't be for a while. Alright, just got the wieldy hards done, and I can go claim my reward from Mr. Quercus over here. So I'm planning to use the lamps on prayer. You need level 67 prayer for those, which I don't have, so I want to see what happens if you destroy the lamps. Doesn't show that there's a reclaim option, so that's not ideal. Guess I'll just be keeping these in my inventory while I train prayer. And oh no, I can't even equip the wieldy sword. I need 60 attack. That's going to make it mildly more frustrating to teleport to Farin 3 and use the sword. So I'll probably have to keep this in my inventory too for the next little while. Well, shoot. I've been doing that a lot with this account. It's been starting with like the necromancy gear where I make the gear too early and then I don't have the defense level for it. And now this. So we'll be keeping a few things in our inventory here. We'll go train up prayer to 67 and then claim these lamps. 62, 63, 64, 65. Nice little number. Gives me deflect magic. Is that the first of the deflect curses? It's pretty cool. Big level, I would say. There's 66 prayer. Just one more level until I can use these lamps, and I'm running really low on bones. It looks like it's going to be pretty much perfect to get me up to 67. Alright, the final inventory. Here we go. Here comes 67 prayer. I'm going to be able to use my lamps, and I have a backup just in case it doesn't get me to 70, which I think it probably won't. I can claim 1 or 2 penguin lamps and that'll get me up to 70, which is going to be the key for the Falador Hard achievements and getting that journey tier broadcast later tonight. So there we go. There's 67 prayer. Good stuff. Let me head over to our Dugany, and then we'll go buy 1 lamp to start, and we'll go ahead and claim all of these lamps together. I'll try and do it slow so that I can get the broadcast in the GIM chat. There's 68 prayer. Unlocks deflect ranged. 1 more lamp. Here comes 69 prayer. Very nice level. And then hopefully this lamp puts me up to 70 prayer. Alright, anticlimactic. We need 1 more lamp, it looks like. There we go. There's 70 prayers. So that's a really big level for a lot of reasons. I can get the Falador Hards done. It's one of the requirements for Nomad's Requiem. I get all of the normal prayer damage boosting prayers unlocked. So your Piety, Rigor, Augury, and Sanctity. And then I can head over to and go ahead and unlock that Sanctity prayer. Also look in the group chat. Leak method now. It was a pretty sneaky method. Yeah, somewhere someone is probably going to be upset that I didn't put these lamps into Herblore, but I'm kind of valuing getting this journey to broadcast higher than I am potentially getting into Priff like a day early or 2 days earlier than I would have had I put this on prayer. So I think it's fine. Alright, so talk to Celine here, and I believe she teaches me the prayer. Voila. I'm not sure why it's not showing up on my prayer book. Maybe I refreshed the tab, I don't know. Or wait, no, it's because I don't have 70 defense yet. I forget that's one of the requirements. I need 2 levels. Alright, so one of the final recs I'm missing for While Gothic Sleeps has been these melees. Got to have a combined total of 130 to get into the Warriors Guild. And it's also going to be a really good way of getting a lot of total levels for this journey broadcast. We're super close, so training these should be really fast. And even better than all that is it's going to be a milestone level for me. It's going to put me at 1900 total. So while I'm still the lowest level member of the group, I'm slowly but surely catching up. I mean, these guys are in the 2000 total levels right now. So I'm a ways behind still. Alright, we skipped through the other levels, but here comes the big one. This is going to be 60 attack. So now I can finally use that dragon halberd we got in storage, and I can probably also get a dragon scimitar if I make a little bit of money somehow, maybe doing some safe cracking. Probably is my best money maker. We'll buy one of those, and that'll give us a big accuracy buff to any melee training that we end up doing. But here we go. Let me go ahead and claim this dragon halberd from the group storage before anyone else gets their hands on it. I'm realizing reset is fast approaching, so I better get my dailies done. Here is Jack of Trades. Going to get me 1 level in Herblore, 68 Herblore. Making a lot of progress with these dailies. Also, before I get back to my melee training, I want to get a little bit more coins so that I can buy a dragon scimitar. Also gonna get a nice milestone level. There's 70 thieving. So I did the 60 attack. No better way to follow that up than getting 60 strength, getting things back on an even playing field, and now I can set my XP back to training on shared. That way everything is leveling at the same time. Also looks like I've got a couple big quests unlocked for getting that level. Doesn't happen too often where you get a double level, but now that I'm training on shared XP again, there's 61 attack and strength at the same time. I'll get back to training my melees in a second, but we're so close to this total level requirement that I think everyone who's online right now is looking for any quick levels that they can gain. So I'm checking my farm. Should definitely get me one quick level. That's if no one beats me to it with their levels. Oh, looks like Ant's the winner with his 68 thieving. Although it didn't trigger a broadcast, I feel like the last few times it has been triggering a broadcast. Not the global broadcast, but just within the GIM chat. Previously, it's popped up that we've achieved the total level requirement. Now all that remains is for me to complete the Falador Hard achievements, which I have completed everything save for one achievement to summon an Ibis Familiar in the Port Sarim fishing shop. And really all we're waiting for is just for everyone to be online so we can get a nice clip together as a group. Till then, I'll continue training my melees. There's 62 attack and strength. There's 63. There is 64 attack and strength. I'm just kind of noticing how many charms are stacking up, particularly green charms. Over 400 of those and over 1,000 pure essence, let alone all the ashes that are automatically going to my bank. I've definitely been a really big fan of training in the Abyss, even at these mid to low levels. The Abyss is getting really competitive now. I keep getting crashed by mains that are bringing their alt accounts, or maybe they're GIMs that are using their main accounts to counter crash. It's a little bit annoying. I've resorted to using this inferior spot up here to the north, so it's been slower XP, but this is the final level that I need. Fortunately for me, after this I get to move on to more fun activities. But voila, there is 65 strength and 65 attack shortly after. Go ahead and tally out, and yeah, look at that, it puts it in the skill guide that is one of the requirements for while Gothic sleeps. So it wasn't until really late at night that everyone was available to get a group clip for our journey broadcast. And I go to sleep at a respectable hour each night, so I was somewhat grumpily recording this clip and didn't check that the audio was recording properly. I'd also left my blue light glasses downstairs in the game room, so looking at the bright screen fiddling with OBS settings was the last thing that I wanted to do at this hour. Anyway, long story short, the audio is very scuffed here. It mostly picks up the white noise sounds of my air conditioning and very faintly the sounds of my teammates. But the important thing is we got the world's first broadcast for competitive 4-man tier 7 journey achievements. And on the bright side also, Chills is going to have a much higher quality clip than mine. My videos have largely been of quantity while his have represented quality, so definitely recommend checking out his channel that is linked below in the description. In any event, here is the scuffed clip in all its glory. So after completing that Falador achievements and of course the Journey Tier 7 broadcast, I went to claim my experience reward and my Falador Shield 3. Let's do the level check-ins for everyone as we call it a video. We've got an Accident here who's completed all of his Priff requirements and is actually the first player to get into Priff of the group. So we've got a man on the inside now. He's got every lodestone in the game unlocked, got a ton of good levels. And I think the next thing that he's going to be working on is the tier 90 Necromancy gear. So expect him to start getting some level 80s in the relevant God Wars 2 stats. And hopefully with that comes some pretty exciting PBM drops and clips once again. Here is Mr. Ant Arctic himself. Got himself up to 295 quest points, knocking on the door of that big 300. And joining Chills in claiming those hard tier rewards, those hard clue scroll rewards from the quest dice. I think that's still been his biggest way of progressing so far is through quests, so definitely one of the most well-rounded approaches to leveling up and progressing an account. And closing off with Mr. Chills past the 300 quest point mark. I believe he did that in the last episode. Honestly, not too much to say at this point. You guys know the drill. He is the highest level player in the group by a pretty wide margin, got the most quest points of everyone, got the most overall account progress, and is far and away leading the group in every measurable metric. Having someone like this on the team is probably what makes the difference between rank 1 and any of the other 24 ranks on the front page. Speaking of that front page, here's the picture showing that we are ending the day still as the rank 1 overall team in the entire game. Still really cool every day that I get to say that. Hopefully it lasts for the next 5 days at least while I wrap up this little series. But if you have been enjoying this daily series and want me to keep making videos daily, leave me a comment about it. Be sure to subscribe, as 70% of people who are watching these videos are not subscribed. So definitely double check if you are subscribed. It's free and it motivates me to keep making these videos each day. I'm not too sure how long I'll continue doing it each day, but you can count on there being at least 5 more daily videos. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow.